Welcome to my channel in our world.
Hey guys, once again welcome back to my channel. This tutorial will be highly effective for aeronautical and mechanical engineering students and especially those who are preparing for competitive examination. Now we will go to our third step. What is our third step? To find the centroid. So before finding the centroid, we mention as x bar and y bar. So you have to remember the formula of x bar and y bar. See the formula: x bar equals to a1 x1 plus a2 x2 plus a3 x3 by a1 plus a2 plus a3. It's very easy. Now what is x1, x2, x3? This is x1, this is x2 and this is x3. Now apply over here. You know the area. This is a1, a2, a3. Now if you apply here, you will get it. So what is that? 1350 into 172.5 plus 2250 into 90 plus again 1350 into 7.5 divided by 1350 plus 2250 plus 1350. So when you solve this, you get something around 445500 and 4950. And when you calculate that, you get as 90 mm. That means x bar equals to 90 mm. See, if you do some error over here, the entire sum will go wrong. Please concentrate and solve these values carefully. So finally what you get is x bar is 90 mm. Similarly, you have to find y bar. So what is the y bar formula? It's very easy. a1 y1 plus a2 y2 plus a3 y3 by a1 plus a2 plus a3. Similarly, you substitute the values. These are the y1, y2 and this y3 value. Substitute here, you get as y bar equals to 82.5 mm. See, look, I have already solved this problem for making this video, so I have already wrote this value, but you in exam point of view, you have to substitute directly. You can't write the value of your own. So after substitution only I got this value. So you get as y bar value is 82.5 mm. Now our fourth step, to find the second moment of areas in the x-axis, y-axis and product moment of area. That means we have to find ix value, iyy value and ixy value. That is, these are the values. Okay, now first let me solve ixx value. So recall the diagram. So we have to write ixx1 plus ixx2 plus ixx3 because we have to find the second moment of area for each nodes. Now what is the formula for this? You have to remember this formula when we are writing ixx. That means this is a breadth and this is called as depth. So this is a b d cube by 12 plus area into y bar minus y whole square. This is a fundamental formula. You have to remember. So this formula will be applicable for each individual nodes. And when you're writing, let me write the formula. So how I can write? b1 d1 cube by 12 plus a1, because node I'm finding for 1. So area 1, y bar is a centroid value. This value y minus of y1. Okay, centroid for this node 1 square. Similarly, you have to write for other two. Okay. Similarly, you have to write for. Now substitute the values. Follow the table which you have already written. Follow. So what is B1? B1 is 90. What is D1? 15 cube by 12. What is the area? 1350. Now what is Y bar? 82.5. What is Y1? See the table. We got as 45. Similarly, substitute the other two. We have written, see here, 82.5 minus 82.5, this will get 0, something multiplication, so this term will go 0. So now you solve in your calculator, you get as 25312.5. Second term, if you calculate, you get as 1898437.5. And this term you get as 4218750. This term and this term will be same, so you can calculate or write the same value, 1898437.5. okay. Now you add this in your calculator, you get as 8066250 mm power 4. The unit of Ixx is mm power 4. So you can also write as 8.06 into 10 power 6 mm power 4. Similarly, you also have to find for Iyy. Now for Iyy, what is a basic formula? Here we have three segments. This is the formula. Here B cube D by 12 plus A sigma of A x bar minus x. This is the formula for Iyy. So what is that Iyy? Iyy1 plus Iyy2 plus Iyy3, because we have node 1, node 2, node 3. So this value will be applicable for all the three nodes. So we can write like B1 cube D1 by 12 plus A1 x bar minus x1 whole square. So here I forgot the square value. Please make note of it. X bar minus x square. Similarly, you have to follow for other two nodes. So now I'm gonna substitute the value which we have already found from the table. We need to substitute on this equation on this values. What is B1? 90 cube into 15 by 12. What is area? 1350, which we already found out. Now what is x bar? X bar is a centroid which we found as 90, and x1 value we found as 172.5 from the table whole square. Similarly, you have to write for other two. Okay. So now you calculate in your calculator. I get as okay. Now calculate in the calculator. You get around 2024156.2.5 mm power 4. That is Iyy value. So you can write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 decimal places to 24 into 10 power 7 mm power 4. Find Iyy xy. That is a product moment of area. What is the basic formula? A x bar minus x into y bar minus of y. Now we have three nodes according to this problem. So we have to write I xy1 plus I xy2 plus I xy3. Now apply this form, basic standard form. So we can write A1 x bar minus x1 into y bar minus y1 plus A2 x bar minus x2 into y bar minus y2 plus A3 x bar minus x3 into y bar minus y3. Now again from the table you know all the values, substitute the value here. 1350 90 minus 172.5 into 82.5 minus 45. Similarly, write for the other one. Now, substitute in your calculator. See, again, the middle term will get 0. Okay, this term will go 0. So, if you solve this in calculator, you get as something minus 8353125 mm power 4. That is IXY. If you place in 3.35 into 10 power 6 mm power 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 decimal places. Okay, so after finishing this, you write down all the values you got. IXX value, IYY value, then IXY value. You write down. So you don't have to turn your pages and see the values. You write it for your convention. Now what they have given, mx value has been given is 4 kilo Newton meter. So at first itself I said you need to change the convention. So 4 into 10 power 6 Newton mm. Now my value is not given, so you have to consider 0 Newton mm. Now all these values, what you have to do is you have to substitute in your formula. Which formula? So let me first write these values. Okay. Now according to K method, what is the formula? You have to memorize the formula, that is mx iyy plus my ixy y, then mx ixy plus my ixx into x. In denominator we have ixx into iyy minus ixy whole square. Now as this is a formula, standard formula. Now we don't have my value, so just ignore this my value and rewrite the formula again. So you get as mx iyy into y minus mx ixy into x by ixx into iyy minus ixy whole square. Now what you do is very simple. You have to substitute the values in the above equation, this equation. So what you write now, see from here, simplify it first, then you can take the mx common. Take the mx common, you can get iyy into y minus ixy into x into ixx into iyy minus ixy whole square. Now substitute these values. What is mx? Mx is 4 into 10 power 6. Okay. Now what is this ix's and iyy? Multiply this both, and so simplify it and simplify this term and this term, then multiply it. You get this when you simplify this terms. When you simplify only this terms, you get as 0.428 into 10 power minus 7 into 2.024 into 10 power 7 y minus 8.06 into 10 power 6 into x. Now if you solve this, multiply this term into this term and this term into this term, you get as 0. You get this term. Please block this term. This is your bending stress form for this equation or for this problem. Now this is, we came at very end. After this, please recall the diagram. What we have to do is, now we have to find the coordinate. Now from where we have to find the coordinate? Now we have to assume centroid as origin. That means now we have to take the centroid x bar y bar. What is our location of centroid? That is x bar is 90 and y is 82.5. Okay, that means from, if you take like this, that means from here it is 90 and from y direction it is 82.5. that means from here till here is 82.5 and from here to here is 90 mm. Okay, now this point we have to consider as origin. Now centroid we have to consider as a origin. Now we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H point. We have 8 points. Now we have to find the coordinate of these 8 points. See, first you have to take the centroid point. This is a centroid point we call as G. Or since we have taken here G, take any point like, okay, take O. Take the centroid point as O. Okay, the centroid point we have to consider as the coordinate point of 0, 0. You have to consider as a 0, 0. This is 0, 0. Now, if you take the distance on the right hand side, it will be plus, or upward side it will be plus. As per the graph representation, if you take towards this side, left will be negative, and if you take towards downwards will also be negative. Please remember this convention. If you go towards the right, positive, upward positive. If you go towards this side, will be negative. This side will be negative and this side will be positive. And this is a centroid. Now this is how our Z is located. This is how our Z is located. Now this is a point A, this is a point B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Now we have to find this coordinates of this points. Now next step is you have to make a table like this. In this table, what are things will be there? First you have to write the points, series of points A, B, C, D till H, because you have the point till H. Then X, Y. These X, Y don't confuse with the centroid which we have found before. These are the coordinates. This X and Y's are the coordinate points from this graph. Okay, and from this graph, after finding this coordinate, we are going to substitute this X and Y individual value in this above equation. In this equation, this individual X and Y value we are going to find in this above equation. Okay, now let me solve this. Okay, now first we have point A. See the point A in this figure. This is our coordinate point. Where it is located? It is located on the left hand side. So our X value will be what? The X direction from the X is on the negative. So it will be minus. How much distance? What is the distance? Here distance is 82.5. So minus 82.5. Please mention the units here. Okay. Now Y. Now from this point, how much vertically upwards? This is also 90 mm. Okay. This is also 90 mm upward. Upward direction means what? Positive. So plus 90. Now point B. Now see the point B. How much distance from 0 to B? Same distance, 82.5. But which direction? It is in the left side. So left side means negative 82.5. Now what is this distance from the centroid to this height? That is important. How much height is this? See, the total is from here to here is 90. Then this distance is, this much is 15. So 90 minus 15, so this much is 75. So it is in upward direction from the location with respect to the point of centroid till the B is in the upward direction. So we will write as positive 75. Okay. Now point C. Again point referred to the centroid to see how much this side x-axis, how much width from the x-axis. It is the total distance is 15. So it is just half of it. So 7.5 positive value. Right hand side positive. How much upward? 90. From the centroid to the point here is 90. Focus on the C point. It is on the 90. So what we'll write is here 90. Positive 90. Positive value. Now see the point D. See point D here. From the centroid point we have to take. From the centroid how much distance? It is on the left hand side. So left hand side means what we know? Negative. So first you mark as negative. How much negative? 7.5 negative. Now how much upward? See the B and D lies on the same zone. So what is the height? 75 plus 75. Similarly, you have to find for the other points. Now see the point E. See the point E. Okay. See here. Now from this zone, what is the distance? X distance. It is the what? It is on the right side. So we will get as E as positive. How much distance? It is also from here to here. This distance will be 82.5. So we will write as positive 82.5. Now how much downwards? Downwards is 90 mm. So it is on the downward direction. So as per this graph, what we know as is it will be in negative. Downward means negative. So we will write as negative 90. Similarly, F. What F is here, located here. So, from this point, how much depth downwards? 75, because this one is 90, this is 15. So, 90 minus 15, we get 75. So, 75 mm is downwards. So, now we will see G point. See G here from the centroid. It is how much distance from the x-axis towards x-axis is around minus G is around minus 7.5. What about the y is this distance. This distance means how much? 90. So it is in the downward direction. So minus 90. See, then we have the last point H. What is a H? This is on the right hand side. So plus how much? 7.5 distance. What is the y distance in the downward direction? So minus 75. Now from this coordinate, what we are going to do is we are going to substitute in this formula. Already I have said we are going to substitute in this formula. So let's substitute the first one at point A. So we have 0.866. What is the y at point A? 90. Minus of, we have 0.345. What is the x value is? Minus of 82.5. See here also minus, here also minus. So it will become plus and you get as positive value 106.4 something, 4025. You will get it. This is in unit. Don't forget what is the unit for sigma. Newton per mm square. You will get the unit is in Newton per mm square. So you get as, you write it here, 106.4025. Similarly, substitute this coordinates, x and y coordinates in the sigma value. Here you get as 93.4125. Similarly, you follow to the other steps till H. See here, we get this value. Now, already I have said if you get a positive value, that means that is a tensile stress. If you get negative, that is a compressive stress. So you can write accordingly the nature. These are the tensile. This is a bracket C means compressive. So what is the maximum value here? This is the maximum value of tensile stress and this is a minimum value of tensile stress, and this is a maximum value for compressive stress, and this is a point where you get a minimum value of compressive stress. So if you have further inquiry, in this video I couldn't add much details. If you have further inquiry, you can drop down to my mail or in the comment section. I will reply back to your doubts. So don't forget to share with your needy friends and subscribe for more updates.